So I'm feeling extra confident after the last episode of Basement Sellout since I finally sold some stuff. This week we're going to have a look at this box that's labeled Micromachines. This is the Basement Sellout. So yeah, I cracked this box open and I've kind of looked in here before a little bit and I could tell that this was going to be some Micro Machines play sets and other maybe Hot Wheels stuff. This one I decided to sell. I don't really remember playing with it too much, so there's no special memories there. Here I cracked open, there's a bunch of Lego, and most of the time with Lego, I just keep it. Lego just seems to have some real good playability. This one here, it's got my name etched in the bottom of it. I know it's mine. It's a car carrier for some Hot Wheels. And as I really start to look at that, I did decide to keep that because my kids are really getting into Hot Wheels, it seems like. Here, the actual Micro Machines. And this one, I guess, is the Joker of Batman and the Joker. And oh, there's Batman. So I guess that makes sense. So there's some superhero stuff in here, I guess. And, you know, some ambulances and even some paraglider stuff. These I'm going to keep. I don't really seem to see these in the stores. They're really neat. This one here is looks like a gasoline can. Of course, it's not. It was actually a little play set. Frustratingly, it had an elevator built into it, which as it seems to be working here, but as I messed around with it a little bit more, again, I was very surprised it was working because I always remembered this was not working, but as I used it more, it turned out that I broke it. So I later ended up throwing this out because I thought I could fix it, and I was not successful at fixing it at all. Here's some more unopened 5-packs of Hot Wheels cars that, again, just seem to have made their way into these boxes. These I did decide to sell. There's nothing special to them for me. And as I was going through, I found these Hot Wheels cars, these die casts, and these ones I clearly played with because they're really scratched up. But, a dump truck! My kid is obsessed with dump trucks, so I'll definitely be keeping that dump truck. And as I really had a look through these, I've got 2 kids that I think are really going to be into Hot Wheels, so I did decide I am going to be keeping this particular set. And I decided to keep this one as well. I can always get rid of these at yard sales if I need to later on if my kids aren't as into the Hot Wheels as I think they might be. Here are some little mini Thomas the Tank Engine sets. They're teeny, teeny, tiny. I remember them actually being quite frustrating to play with as a really little kid because they were indeed so small. But the little details, they've got these little wheels on the bottom of them, so when you're playing with them on the plastic, they roll actually quite nicely. But again, I remember this being a very, very frustrating toy. So I did decide I'm probably going to sell those if possible. There were a couple of more. Whoa, Optimus Prime! This is a surprise. I wasn't really into Transformers as a kid. Now I know when my brother sees this video, he's going to think this is his. It is not his. This one was mine. There's a different one that's his. Another story for another day. We'll put Optimus aside for the moment. Here there's some Thunderbird stuff and some more Micro Machines. The Thunderbird stuff is really, really neat. So I'm going to close that box up. I think I'll have a look at that again another day. Some more unopened Hot Wheels, which again seems to be a bit of a theme in these boxes. Toys my parents collected for me that just ended up in these boxes, and I did decide I am going to sell these. So I did make my way to the bottom of the box. There was some stuff I decided I'm going to sell, some stuff I decide I'm going to keep. I ended up actually with an empty box here, and so I was ultimately able to kind of consolidate everything I decided to keep into that box, although some of that stuff I am going to be selling. So I made it to the bottom of another box. So that's a successful day on the Basement Sellout.